Wired up the management and the purge solenoid in the car. I'm going to show you guys how I did it. I didn't record the process of doing it, but I just did it, and I'll show you guys the way I did it. But explaining it on a piece of paper would make it a lot easier. So basically, you got the battery. You have the negative and positive. The negative is to ground on the car, right? So that's why I didn't draw anything out, but positive. So basically, you're going to have two lines of positive coming off the battery, going to the switches in the car. So you have your arming switch and then your purging momentary switch. So that's what you have, the two terminals for the purging and then the two terminals for the arming switch. I did not put the fuses on. Oh yeah, I put the fuses on this side. So from the positive side of the battery going right. So imagine this being two wires. I just drew one, but imagine this being two wires. You would have to run two wires, and then somewhere along those two wires, you're gonna have to put a fuse on each side for the line power to protect the management and the solenoid. So you put the two fuses. Doesn't matter exactly where. I'll show you guys where I put it, but that's what you need. So those are the hot lines going to the switch. One going in the arming switch, and then coming out the other switch. That's gonna come out. It jumped over or whatever, it come out, and that's gonna go to the red wire on the management right here. See, red wire goes to positive 12 volts to the arming switch. That's what that switch is in the car. It's gonna go there, and then you have the white wire, which is in the middle on the management, which goes to your throttle positioning sensor. So that you can, I didn't wire up yet because I ran out of wire. And then the other, which is black, is going to go to ground, which is the negative terminal on the battery. I did not go to ground. I actually routed it to the negative side, and I'll show you. So same thing with this. So you have another wire you're going to run from the battery. Come up, you're going to put another fuse in the line somewhere. That goes to the momentary arming switch, a little button that you press to purge. That, and then you're going to route that to the solenoid, one side of the solenoid. And then the other side is going to go to the negative, the ground. Or ground, but that one I also routed to the directly to the battery. But yeah, so this is the little schematic I drew. It helped me out understand, because it's a lot of different wires running at different parts of the car, so it doesn't actually look like this. Okay, so basically we got the management here. We have the three wires. This is for the throttle positioning sensor. I have not wired that up because I ran out of wire. But so we have the red wire coming from the management. That's this one. It's gonna be a little confusing on this side because it's the same color, but this one is a red. So this one's going to the switch in the car, which is the red one, and this is going directly to the negative terminal on the battery. So I'm gonna clean it all up, but I just routed it through. I'm right now just checking everything, making sure it all works. So this is gonna be for the solenoid. I'm testing it out right now, but this is the one that's coming from over there, from the black wire, that's gonna go directly to the negative terminal. This is the other wire that's gonna go to the negative terminal. No, this is the positive wire that's gonna go over there for the management. This comes from the other side of the arming switch. This is the side that's gonna have the fuse, and then this is the side that has the fuse for the purging solenoid. I have the fuse right here. It's just in line. It's just a little 15 amp fuse. So if this pops, you can always just pull it out and put a new one. So I have it right there. You can have it right here. You can have it inside the car. It doesn't matter. Best placement for me was right here. So right now, this is hooked up to the negative terminal for the purging switch. Like if this was on the negative side of the battery, and this is on the positive side, just to make sure that the way I routed it works. So in the car, I had to take the whole dash apart. I mean the center console right here, just the bottom part. It was fairly simple. 5 minutes. You have like two plugs and three, one right here, and it was pretty simple. But yeah, so this is how I have it set up. It's going to be in the little cubby right here, but for now I just had it wired up just so I can test everything out. So right here we have the switches. We have the arming switch and the purge solenoid. The purge button. So this top one is going to be from the management. So from the management comes across the engine bay, comes through. I have it routed through the air filter because I didn't want to drill any holes on the driver's side. So I just fed it through here. The filter's there, so it should protect it from getting caught up into the fan. I'm also gonna put like either some zip ties or maybe a clamp to secure the wires more down, but the filter is also here to protect it from actually going and so it'll be fine. But I routed it on the bottom. I have the fuse for this is for the arming switch. This one comes in line, so this is from the battery. This side right here, it's from the battery, and this one from the positive side of the battery, this side, and then this side goes to the arming switch, which is right here on the bottom. That's why I put the red tape. And it comes in, so that's in the off position. If you guys can see, off. And then when you flip it up, it'll arm the system, allowing power to go through. This one's going directly to the management on the positive side, which I believe is the red wire. And then this is the purge solenoid. So I have right here, this one is the red, so this one's coming from the battery. So it goes from the battery, the positive side of the battery, to the fuse that I have by the battery, then over through here into the switch, out the switch, and then this switch goes to the other side of the solenoid valve, to one side of it, and then the other wire from the solenoid valve goes directly to negative. So it's fairly simple. You just gotta basically just put, you know, the switch and the fuse in line of both of those things. So the purge solenoid should have one fuse in the positive side coming from the battery, and then the arming switch for the management should also have one fuse from the positive side from the battery coming to the switch. So right now, if I press it, I have my meter hooked up to continuity, so that we can hear when I press it. I'm pressing it down. You can hear that it's working, and then when I stop, it stopped. And then I'll press it right now so you guys can hear it. So every time you press it, it should purge out, open up that solenoid valve, allowing some nitrous to come out, so that, and then it should spray out. But yeah, so I'm gonna test out this arming switch to make sure that I hooked it up, you know, the way I'm supposed to. I'm gonna test with the meter, and then once we get all that, I will hook it up to the battery, and then we should be able to hear the solenoid open up when I click this, and then when I arm it, we should be able to see the light on the management. I'm gonna just show you guys, just for the purging switch. You press it down. I don't know if you guys can hear it. I'll put it out. So that's working perfect. So now that we have the arming switch powered on, we come out here and we can see that it's flashing. So that means that it's powered. So yeah, I got all the negatives right there, all the positives. All the negatives right there, all the positives right there. I'm gonna tighten this up so that it's not just dangling right there, and then I'm gonna tuck these wires a little bit better. So unfortunately, this video is gonna go up later than expected. I had some issues with shipping the jets out. I'm gonna be posting the video of the testing and tuning. I'm gonna add in that video the tapping into throttle positioning sensor and programming the management. Sorry for the inconvenience, guys, but if you guys have any questions or concerns, put it in the comments down below. If you guys also have any recommendations of what else you guys want me to show or do, put that also down in the comments. Thank you guys for showing some support. I appreciate it.